The neat thing is we're going to be visited by Robert Elizondo and his Ecclesi watch in just a little bit. Danny Neufeld is going to be here with Orpaz. We have an artisan crafted piece I haven't even shown you yet that's coming up at the end of the show. And right now we have a piece from Seiden Gang. Seiden Gang is actually designed by Carol Seiden and Carolyn Gang. And these lovely ladies decided to get together and start a business that did something that nobody else in the silver world did, to give you gorgeous jewelry that's inspired by the ancient art of Greece and give you something that is powerful and beautiful and elegant to wear. Once again, going back to our today's special value, which is only about a half hour away. And you know, when we have these big event days, you should be shopping early for the today's special value, if you know what I mean, especially if you need the 5/8 of an inch. Look how great they look together. This is for the woman that maybe needs a little muse. And what about if that muse was Aphrodite? Because that's exactly who you're seeing on this ring. We put this in the sale today because we cannot get this back in stock. This is showing off 20 points of a beautiful cherry red garnet bezel set on either side, along with about 1/10 of a carat of our own diamonique that Carol Seiden and Carolyn Gang from, of course, Seiden Gang, decided to put together in this beautiful ring. That is Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. It is classic Seiden Gang, which you can actually see at some of the most expensive places to shop for jewelry, but they did this line just for us. We can't get this piece of jewelry back in stock. So what we're looking at is, instead of $65, for the first time ever, you're saving well over $20 for the sterling ring that's done with natural garnet and diamonique. And we're at $42.12. And when we get into midnight tonight, that low price will not exist any longer. So this is a sale price, first time ever. It is not coming back in. And we are busy on the phone lines because I think if you collect Seiden Gang jewelry, you know, to get this beautiful elongated ring that measures 1.25 inches on your hand, you are not normally spending $42.12 for that gorgeous jewelry. And I think too, I remember walking into the big Vicenza jewelry fair my very first time, and I felt a little bit like Dorothy walking up and knocking on the door of Oz. You know, bell out of order, please knock. The first display I saw was a display of carved conch shells, which were from a designer that did beautiful cameos. And they had taken stories from Greek mythology and, of course, Roman mythology, and they had carved it in bas-relief onto the shell. And as I stood there, jaw down to my chest, and the buyer saying, "Come on, Jane, we have to go. Come on, we have appointments," I was like, I've just never seen anything like that before. It was extraordinary. And so the Seiden Gang jewelry is inspired by those beautiful ancient bas-relief, those works of art. If you are, you know, a fan of ballet, you know, George Balanchine did something with his wonderful muses and Apollo so many years ago, still dancing to this day. This ring is art. This ring is so cool. And of course, that is Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. So what a beautiful piece to give to mom. What a beautiful piece to give to the love of your life. What a lovely piece to give to someone on Mother's Day. We will not have another sale before Mother's Day. There's a silver sale in the fall. It's usually early October. So when you see something on sale till midnight tonight, which is something that you never imagined that you'd be able to see at $42.12, do snatch it up. And we will not be able to reorder this ring. We have it in sizes 5 through 10, but 7 and 9 are limited, and 10 is now final quantities. And if those sell out today, or if they sell out at a higher price next week, we'll never be able to get this ring back in stock. Once again, are you impressed how today's special value has gone with every single ring that I put on today? From diamonds to the flower to this beautiful Seiden Gang piece. Gorgeous. And it's wearable. By the way, I always like to give you a heads up if I think you need to go up a size. Because it is a slender band in the back, I have stayed with my size 6, which is my true to size. I did not have to go up. If I need to go up on a ring, I'll let you know. So I'm hoping that you buy the right size. Starting at size 5, going to size 10. 10 is limited, 7 and 8 is limited, and we are never going to see this beautiful, lovely lady reordered on QVC. First time ever at this low price of $42.12. So, like I said, Danny Neufeld, which side do you want, honey? Okay, honey, I'll move furniture. We got Robert Elizondo waiting in the wings. But Danny Neufeld is waiting in the wings, bless his heart, and he is coming your way with 2 pieces. Now, this is your choice of the flower earrings or the pendant, perfect for spring. He also has a beautiful gemstone ring, all at a first-time ever sale price. You are not seeing funny things on your screen. That is actually a $29 or $32 price tag. So, like I mentioned, there are 150 pieces of sterling silver that are online that we can't get on air. And oh, by the way, I own that first bracelet in both colors and love it. So you're going to have great clearance prices as well as sale prices all day long on QVC. And of course, QVC.com. So Robert Elizondo, do you remember your first sale?
My ever?
Like here.
Well, I know it was you.
It was me.
Yeah.
And I think it might have been like, okay, maybe like 1994.
It was back before they used to drag us onto the set, too. They just left all the work up to you guys.
Well, you know what? I collected your watches for, I think, years before I finally got to meet you.
Wait, what year was that again?
Well, we started our first sale. Do I have to do the math? What was that? 90.
But it was like 22, 23.
You were here 22, 23 years ago, and the sale is 25 years old.
Well,
okay, well, he is the leading designer when it comes in silver watches, and what I love about our sale days is you always create this gorgeous piece that's so one of a kind and special that we say we can't even do another Ecclesi watch on the day.
It's true. It's always a hurdle that we have to cross.
And of course, there is this competition amongst us silver lovers to see who has more Ecclesi watches than the next person. But having collected your watches for years, there's never been anything like this, and that's what makes you such a great designer.
It's true. It's fun, and like you say, for these event days, it's great because we can just marshal all of our resources into one amazing item. And I really feel like we brought just the cream of the crop here today.
Oh, you did.
It's beautiful, gleaming silver, Jane, fluid, sculptural, modern, gorgeous. But the star of the show is that gorgeous crown, 5mm size cabochon on that crown. We have never, look at this from the side there, we have never done such a statement gemstone piece like this before. And then, as you mentioned earlier, we married that back to those beautiful enamel subdials on each one. We have that green chrome diopside, which you are showing off so proudly.
Honey, you
today.
know I'm snatching that one up.
Loving
That's
that.
gorgeous.
We've got the black spinel, first time for Ecclesi, and of course the blue topaz. And each one of these,
London blue topaz.
London blue topaz. And by the way, even aside from what they are, we then have hand selected the gemstones, so we used absolutely the most saturated color for each one of these, because this was going to be the star of this timepiece, that beautiful gemstone.
Oh,
Isn't
and
that
first
fun?
of all, what I love about buying your watches as gifts is the presentation. I remember giving my sister one of your watches once, and she opened up that box and was like, so you have gorgeous presentation, because like I said, this is the spring holiday, Mother's Day, graduation, Easter. Just treat yourself at 5 easy payments, which by the way go up at midnight. So the sale price is here till midnight, and even though it'll go to a higher price at midnight, you're still not going to have the 5 easy payments because they only go until midnight, and then you let us adjust it. And that is something that I love about you, because whether you have a small, a medium, average, or a large wrist, you can wear the Ecclesi watches, Robert, because of the way you designed it.
Yes,
Brilliant thing, you.
Always include those adjustable clasps, which you see there on the watch. 2 extra clasps included. So, and we do this on all of our bracelet watches at Ecclesi. It's been a really popular feature. When you get this home, you can size it to your wrist size right out of the box. You don't need to go to a jeweler.
Love
you
that.
can guarantee that exact fit. And on top of that, Jane, you can go on QVC.com and actually purchase additional clasps. That's also very popular for us as well if you need to get a larger size.
I love that. Okay, if I could say to you, the designer, Mr. Robert Elizondo, who brought us the only Ecclesi watch on the day in our sale, what is the most popular color right now?
I'm going to tell you, I think it's green.
Oh, you got it.
Green, Jane.
So green is also now our most limited choice, and it's been our most popular choice. So you might want to have color number 2 behind you when you're ordering it today. So it's all about this, you know, elegant pop of color. It's all about that gem. But can we talk about the weight of the sterling silver and how we're doing it at, you know, 5 easy payments at $59.96? That's a wow.
So true. You know, when you pick up this watch, Jane, I say this always, with watches, you want to pick this up out of the box. You want to feel that substance to it. You don't want it to feel like it's floating away or anything. A watch, you want to feel that nice weight. And in sterling silver, I mean, come on. solid sterling silver bracelet, solid sterling case. Beautiful, beautiful. You're getting an absolute bucket load of precious metal on this timepiece. It's classic, it's modern. What I love about it, you've got that dash of color. It's not overwhelming, though.
No, it's not.
So this is going to still work as a professional timepiece, you know, or your everyday fun go-to watch. That's what we love about it.
Easy to read because I don't have my readers on and I can see what time it is. I can see it's about 10:07. And the other thing to think about is when you go out shopping for watches and you see silver-colored watches,
Right.
they're stainless. I mean, one time you
At
had,
best.
I think, a Today's Special Value a couple years ago, and we all went out like little Inspector Clouseaus, and we tried to
Secret
find.
shoppers.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We tried to find silver watches, and first of all, to find an all-sterling watch today
Tough to do.
is next to impossible. And then when we found it, and they would not let us say on the air how much they were, but let me tell you, please get out your calculator because
Yeah.
that's where you would be.
It's so
because
true.
this is sterling silver. I mean, arguably one of the heaviest sterling watches. I mean, not it feels great on your wrist, but in terms of the amount of sterling silver, you have done an amazing
It's
job.
a tremendous, tremendous value. But beyond that, what this allows you to do is to show off properly your silver jewelry wardrobe,
Right.
which we know you all have and have built up here at QVC over the years. And I think that that's the beauty of the Ecclesi timepieces is that there's not this break in the action. You know, you've
Right.
got your beautiful necklace, you've got your beautiful Riccio bracelet on. By the way, looking at the Riccio next to this gleaming silver is such a beautiful, you know, high-low texture, polished
And how about with the
combination.
San Marco?
So fun. Or with the San Marco. That is the beauty of this. So you don't have to feel like, you know, you're like there's this break in the logic here. That's what I love about it. That's what our fans have loved about Ecclesi over the years. Of course, you know, like you say, the value and the precious metal. Nothing else looks like sterling
No,
silver.
it doesn't.
Not plated silver, not steel, not brass. It's sterling silver.
So we have an update. In the green, which again has your chrome diopside cabochon in the stem of the watch. Only the watches that you see in Basel, Switzerland that have commas in the price tag
Yes.
have gems that size. And honestly, their gems are not that size. They're
No, they're
smaller.
not.
We started with 300 of the green watches for the day. As my producer John said, like you said, Janie, it's time to think of color number 2 because we have fewer than 100 to go around.
yeah.
And we have lots of you going on the phone lines and going to QVC.com. And remember, no advance orders are coming in the way they
Right.
have been before. We
Right.
got what we could for the day. And this is Christy, our buyer's pick, because there is one Ecclesi watch in the sale that's new, and this is it. And Lori would love to meet you. Hi,
Let's
Lori.
talk to Lori.
Have you been a longtime collector of Robert's watches, too?
No, this is my first experience with it.
Oh,
I'm
my
so
gosh.
excited.
Awesome.
Well, meet the designer, Robert Elizondo.
Hi,
Hello,
Lori.
Robert. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thanks for calling in today. Which color, did you say which color you got, Lori?
I picked the green.
Awesome, that's so cool. You probably have already heard this a million times. It's the Pantone color of 2013. So
Yes,
you're
I have.
right on it. You're probably ahead of us on that one, but it is awesome. I mean, you know, we're cheating a little here today because Jane came out in this fabulous green satin
Green dress.
dynamite
Oh, you're
dress that's like killing it. But it's doing us a lot of favors on that green. But, you know, all the colors are great, but it's going to be fun when you get this home.
Oh, I can't wait. I was looking for a new sterling silver watch, and then the green just made it extra special. Thank
That's
you
great.
so
Yeah.
much.
That's
And
great.
wait to experience Robert's watches. They have a 5-year limited manufacturer's warranty. They're, you know, resistant to moisture. They're a beautiful Japanese movement. I mean, the fold-over clasps that let you adjust it, Lori. So,
Yeah.
like, if you want to make it a little bigger one day because you have a longer sleeve,
Yes.
you can do that. I mean, the world of Ecclesi watches, there's nobody like Robert. You have just come into your own.
I am sure it will not be my last.
Well, good, Lori.
Yeah,
Thanks.
there's more at QVC.com. Not in the sale
Yes.
today, but he has a lot of beautiful styles on
Yes,
QVC.com.
always check it out on .com.
Thank
Great
you
collection
so
there.
much.
Thanks, Lori.
Thanks,
You're
Lori.
welcome.
I have been shopping with QVC for 25 years now.
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, you
So
probably
she's been there with
remember-
us.
You remember the first
She's seen us
sales.
grow up.
Yeah. We were very young when we started working together, Lori. Thanks, honey.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks.
Oh,
Bye-bye, Lori.
our
Have a great
pleasure,
weekend,
sweetie.
too.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
How about that? She watched for, and now that shows you how special this watch is, Robert. She watched for 25 years.
Right.
And then finally
And this was
got
the one. This
her
was
very
it.
first watch
This was
from
it.
you. Oh my gosh. Okay,
So fun.
5 easy payments goes away at midnight.
Don't let that happen. You know, the opportunities don't come along this often. Again, that's why we love these great sale events, these silver events, Jane, because it allows us, like I said, to concentrate all of our powers on making the awesomest item we can for that day and bring it to you. And then QVC does their fabulous part upstairs, wherever they do this magic part.
Right.
You know, 5 easy payments. Makes it easy.
I always say I have asked for easy pay on everything. They told me no,
Of course.
which shows you the clout that I have in this company, which is 0. But 5 easy payments of $59.96 that goes away at midnight, and then the sale price goes away at midnight. Robert notices that I just changed into the black spinel because we started the day with 300 of the green, which has the chrome diopside in the stem. We only have 4 dozen left. And you know what's interesting? I just put the black on, and I realized we need to talk a little bit about the center mother of pearl face.
Yes.
Because look how that's reacting to the light.
Exactly. You know, we haven't even mentioned that, but the dial does have
There.
that beautiful top-grade mother of pearl
Isn't that a
center
great
there.
shot?
Look at
Look
that
at the color.
chatoyancy you see there. So really, whatever color you got today, whether it's the black spinel, the blue topaz, or the chrome diopside, is going to have that mother of pearl center dial, which is, again, its own neutral with all those colors of the rainbow reflecting back. Great way to work back to your gemstone jewelry. For those of you that are like exploding with the black spinel jewelry here at QVC, what a great way to tie back to that. Like you said earlier, it's like the new Druzy.
It is.
Right?
It really
It's the new
is. I mean,
Druzy.
it's just cool to work here for so many years and then say, we never know what's going to be the sleeper hit
don't.
of the jewelry world. Okay, in the green. We started with 300. We have 3 dozen left. This is the only Ecclesi watch on the sale. I love you, Robert.
Bye, dear. I love you
My best to
too.
the family. And if you want the black and the blue, they're pretty much running neck and neck as well. So keep that in mind for the only watch. What a great day to get it because it's on sale, as everything is. And then when we get to midnight tonight, we're going to lose that easy pay. So as you know, our today's special value is ultra fine. If you didn't know, don't panic. We're going to see it again in 15 minutes. But I picked these earrings, and I hope you like the fact that I asked for 2 sizes. I'm actually wearing the small size, which is the one that I asked for. We also have it in a large size. It is $45 for the size that I'm wearing, $55 for the larger, big hoops, all the rage. We had a 2013 jewelry style out, and big hoops, front facing like these are, round, oval, doesn't matter. Love the fact that these can give you that absolute drama for $45 to $55. And you guys have already fallen in love with the ring that I fell in love with. You know, we get together with our buyers like 8 months out, but then as we get closer, we're able to pick things that would go just in our show. And so this particular piece was a piece that I was like, I am really gonna be difficult to live with if you don't put this in my show. Everybody knows, you know, when Jane throws a fit, it ain't pretty. I actually don't throw fits. I wish I could, but like I don't. But anyway, that ring is in my show today, and it's already been super popular. Okay, this is gorgeous. You know when you walk into a museum and you start speaking in hushed tones, you know, or you know, you ever have a chance to tour a great cathedral in Europe? This is a hushed tones kind of moment because this is gorgeous, and television is not beginning to do justice on this incredible finish of this beautiful piece of jewelry. Brand new today from the Vicenza Silver Collection, meaning it's not just that it's made in Italy. Just because something's made in Italy does not make it Vicenza Silver. It's got to be made in Italy, and then it's got to be spectacular in order to be in that rarefied atmosphere. This is from a designer that is famous for their unusual finishes, and they call this one the Puttanato finish. And what they do is they brush deeply, like really, really deeply brush a satin finish onto the sterling silver, and then they go back, and just like the way the stars twinkle in the nighttime sky, they diamond cut it. They go back in again and they diamond cut it. So you get all those little pinpoints of light, and then they leave the back high polished. I did go up to a size 7 because I wanted to be able to wear it both on my forefinger and on my ring finger ring. What's so cool about this ring, and let's start there because we have it for only $69. We have it in sizes 5 through 10, is the fact that it is asymmetrical. So when I call it a saddle ring, you know, it's shaped like a saddle on the side and then it tapers down, and it does go down fairly low in the back. I mean, I honestly could probably get a size 6 on this finger, but I like being able to wear that size 7, which I can also go on my 4 fingers. So it's up to you. A wider knuckle probably should go up. A regular, you know, more even hand can stay true to size. That's the ring at $69. And I will tell you, this is even cooler in person. I mean, that just starts to show you what that finish is like. And hello, like Robert said about his watch, look how awesome it is with our Richo Today's Special Value. Then we get to this bracelet. And it's just spectacular. I mean, it's interesting because what Christy and David, our buyers, are telling me is that a lot of people in Italy even that are so famous for their jewelry, they've been trying to sort of jump on this bandwagon, and they've been trying to do some of the techniques that this company does, and they can't. Nobody's really been able to duplicate this. So now here's the bracelet. And if you notice, it's a cuff style, which is very easy to get it on and off the wrist. When I got and I'm wearing the smaller of the two, the average, I just gave it a tiny little squeeze. It came in just a bit, and then it gave me the perfect fit. So you can do that. Super, super limited in all the cuff choices, no advance order. So what you'll do with the cuff is you'll choose, do you want the average, which fits a small up to maybe about a 7 1/4, 7.5 inch wrist, or do you want the large, which goes 7.5 up to 8, even maybe a teeny bit more because this does have some play and some give. The average is $209, the large is $219. And I mean, if you are a woman of high fashion taste, if you are a woman that wants a piece of jewelry that pretty much nobody else in the whole wide world is ever going to have because it's so different and so exciting, this is your collection. This is your piece. If the bracelet is out of reach and you're like, you know, can't quite do that today, think about this ring. For $69, that's a lot of ring on the finger. It is bold, it is exciting, it is different, and oh my gosh, that's actually a really good shot because you start to see how those little diamond cuts then come in and reflect the light, and that all has to be done by hand. There is no machine that creates that look. And you know what? That's what this day is all about. When we pop up 25th annual, let's face it, 25 years is the silver anniversary. So we knew this was a big one. And if you go to my Facebook page, Jane Treacy QVC, and click like, we'll chat, we'll talk, we share all kinds of information. But there are 2 links there. One is actually to my blog that talks about the history of Big Bonanza Silver Day and shows a vintage shot. Awful to be so old that you're vintage. And then there's also a link to where you can tell your story about your favorite pieces of silver and perhaps win a beautiful bracelet. So that gives you great links to QVC.com. This is spectacular. This is kind of that like once in a lifetime piece of sterling silver jewelry at a sale price that we'll only see until midnight tonight. So all on sale. We have new, we have some very limited edition, first time ever at this low price pieces, but when we get to midnight, the prices will go up. Okay, in the cuffs, there are maybe a dozen in each choice, maybe not, maybe less. So again, we'll keep an eye on that, or you can check out your availability at QVC.com. So we're 10 minutes away from the Today's Special Value if you've just awoken on the West Coast, even maybe a little less than that. Time is flying while we're having fun. Now, you know that the bracelet watch, the beautiful watch from Robert, I've been wearing it with the San Marco. It's already popular. No wonder, because I think it's the first time in the history of QVC. That would be at least 25 years of doing our Big Bonanza Silver Day that we've been able to show you a San Marco of this gauge. And it's on Easy Pay. It's brand new today. And coming up in a couple minutes will be another look at our Today's Special Value. The 5/8 of an inch, by far the more limited and no advance order. The 1/4 of an inch, that great piece to kind of place next to your watch. This is ultra fine. In the history of QVC, the first time we've ever done ultrafine as a bracelet Today's Special Value. And I don't know, like a gajillion years since we've seen a Richo Today's Special Value, which is all made by hand. And if you've never seen how it's made, I think it will bring you a new appreciation for this bracelet when we get to it in just a little bit. Okay, certain pieces like the Seidengang ring are brought in today for first time ever at a low price. When it sells out, we will not see it again, and this price goes up at midnight. I actually introduced this piece to you during Gem Day when we had our first ever Baltic Amber show. Pretty much everything sold out. We got a couple pieces back in stock. We know we can't get some of them back in again. And amber has been so popular in the world of silver. And there's a tie into fashion, which I'll tell you in a moment. So what this is, and it's kind of hard to see against the blue. So let me just put it against my skin. This is actually cherry, orange, and the classic lemon Baltic amber. So this actually is a cherry color. It's hard to see. It's showing up. There we go. There's the light. It was looking a little bit black actually, but that's actually cherry color amber, one of the rarest ambers there are, and anything that was in cherry amber was flying out the door. There's your lemon amber that's bright and pretty like the sun, and there's your classic orange amber. We have found that if we have amber at QVC and sterling silver, we're not keeping it in stock, and this is the first time ever at this low price. You're getting your certificate of authenticity because this amber is actually from the Baltic Sea. Millions of years ago, it was a forest. It is now, of course, covered by water. And on the shores in Poland and other parts of the Baltic Sea, they were finding these pebbles that were, washing ashore and realized it was amber. So this is certified to be Baltic amber. This beautiful piece, the pendant is made in Poland, the chain is made in Italy, and this is $92.32. So it's just nice to save, well over $20 simply by shopping at the right time, and the price goes up at midnight. But the way it ties into fashion is, as you probably know, starting Sunday night and going through Monday and Tuesday, we'll be shoe shopping Monday at 10 a.m. Can't wait. First one for Fashion Day of 2013. We are talking a lot about the green. Obviously, the Ecclesi watch, we're down to probably just a couple dozen now in that beautiful green. Green is the #1 Pantone color of 2013, which is kind of a uniquely American thing, according to Gary, who is our design director here at QVC in fashion. So what he said was, it's interesting to go, he was in Barcelona, he was in Paris, he was in London, and he was also in LA, and went into even a little Santa Monica action, and took a lot of pictures of what's being shown in the windows. And what he said was, it was really cool because orange is emerging around the world as a huge color, and orange with neutrals. So khaki and orange, like if you want to take a khaki pant and an orange top and put that together, even like already existing in your closet, that's going to be a really cool, new, exciting trend. So when I saw that this was in the show today, I thought, oh my gosh, that's so awesome, because we just were learning about this like emergence of orange. Like probably the next time you open a fashion magazine, it'll be saying, yes, green is the darling, but get out your oranges. It's all about vitamin C. So this piece, which is already very popular and not coming back in stock, so would tie into that. Like, could you imagine just like a little khaki jacket and a shell underneath it, and then maybe this is your pop of color if you really are not somebody that would wear orange, in a bold top or even in a cute pair of slacks. So Baltic Amber, only piece in the show, first time ever at this low price, and price will go up at midnight. Just like the rest of the sale prices on our Big Bonanza 25th annual, that would be a silver anniversary, Big Bonanza Silver Day. So our hot pick has been so popular, both of them actually, this one and the San Marco that's coming up. The black rhodium is completely sold out. In the 20-inch, we are super limited in the rose and the yellow with no advance orders, only a few dozen remaining. Okay for now in the silver that I'm wearing, but don't wait. And that one is reversible. So there is a pattern side and a plain side, and the easy pay is going up at midnight. So is the price. And that was what? I think like 38 and 40 grams of silver. Are you kidding me? J278877. Okay, so leave it to leading silver designer Robert Elizondo. I've always said for so many years that if you're going to get one watch, you're going to do it from Robert Elizondo. What was the bracelet that he said would go best with that beautiful watch? And honestly, probably any silver watch you've gotten from him throughout the years. His designer eye picked this, our today's special value. He has no tie to the today's special value. So I thought that was really cool that, when he came out here, what the designer said was that if you are getting a bracelet to go with his watch, he loved it with the today's special value, and I'm thrilled to bring it with you today because this is something which really is a redesigned classic. It's like when they remake a movie and they come out with it, and oh my gosh, it is as good and maybe even better than the original. And here's your choices. Huge savings today and today only, brand new, and ultrafine silver. So if you are a person that really loves the better things and finer things in life, you're going to be an ultrafine girl because this is 95% pure silver, not the 92.5 of sterling. So you're looking at two choices in the width. Do you want the 1/4 of an inch, which has been super popular, the 5/8 of an inch, ditto in popularity because well over 5,000 of these have been ordered since midnight, but you're also looking at a piece that is much more limited in the wider gauge. So the 1/4 of an inch comes in 6 3/4, 7 1/4, and 8 inches. The price tag with Easy Pay, are you ready, is $23.25 for the 6 1/4, $24 for the 7 1/4, $24.75 for the 8 inch. Bright, shiny, beautiful, hypoallergenic, nickel-free, more tarnish resistant than sterling, more silver than sterling silver, and all made by hand elegantly in Italy. By the way, Skeletto means ladder, and you'll see why in a second. Then you have the bold and the gorgeous and the beautiful and the fabulous. And oh, by the way, if you want to get both, one in each size, I think that look is too cool for school. But here comes the Easy Pay on the bold 5/8 of an inch, which is more limited, and there's absolutely no advance order. $46 on the 6 3/4, $47.25 on the 7 1/4, $48.50 for the 8 inch. And this, again, is no wimps allowed because the gram weights, whether you're looking at the 1/4 of an inch or the 5/8 of an inch width, is incredible, and it has to be because there's so much work and so much silver, and this is ultrafine silver, our first ever bracelet in the history of QVC as a value of the day. They make this all by hand. Just let me show you those widths on the screen. In the 1/4 of an inch, 15.5 grams, 16.6 grams, 18.1 grams. If it was a gram an inch, if we were at like 6, 7, and 8 grams of ultrafine, even more than sterling, we'd be good. But we're like at least double that, 15.5, 16.6, 18.1. Well, I hope you're sitting down because here comes the 5/8 of an inch, 36, an ounce of sterling, no, an ounce of ultrafine silver, more silver, 95 parts pure silver, 38.7, 42.3 grams. Is it 1992 all over again? Because people are just not doing this any longer. And I love the fact that you are able to get a bracelet that, look at this. Sometimes Richos, if you hold them up, they flop because they just don't have a lot of weight to it because maybe it's just been done in a way that there's a little bit more openness. I would call this almost a flexible bangle. Honestly, that's how it holds its shape. And look at that diamond cutting. This is a fresh new take on a beautiful Riccio, which could not be more flexible, any bolder if we tried. And here's how it all starts, and that's why they call this the Skeletto or the ladder. This is how it's made, by hand. This is actually the comb or the ladder that they use to make the Riccio. I didn't know this. When I first went to Italy and I saw this being made, I stood there and I didn't say a word, which for me is hard, and I just felt humbled because I thought I had no idea what I was selling. I was selling Riccios. I didn't even know what I was doing. Couldn't wait to get back to QVC, to our old studios, and to talk to you guys about how amazing Riccios are. Now, this is what I did before, and let's see if it'll stick again. See that little thing on my finger? That's one of the links that has to be placed onto that comb or that ladder of sterling silver. And it has to be done in a pattern. And then they take a torch and they melt down the edge of this. And that becomes those beautiful beads on the edge. That's actually part of that comb or the tooth of, or the rung of the ladder. Then they've got to cut off the other side and do the opposite side. Are you kidding me? So this is something which has such craftsmanship and elegance and such boldness in terms of the gram weight that you will wear this for the ages. This will be passed down to generation. And right now, it's all about the wrist. Layer it. I love doing a 5/8 and a 1/4 all at the same time. I think that looks fantastic. Katia's wearing just the 1/4 of an inch, and it looks fabulous on her. She's also, by the way, added the ring, J279508. So if you're getting the 1/4 of an inch, which has been super popular since midnight, put it next to your watch. Layer it with other bracelets. Also, at this time of year is when more interest goes on the wrist line because our sleeves get shorter, for goodness sake. Gloves go away, hopefully eventually, and we are showing a little bit more skin. They call it a bracelet sleeve for a reason, so that you can show off your beautiful bracelets. Love the fact that Jenna, again, with her beautiful color blocked outfit, wearing that 1/4 of an inch piece. So if you say, well, I really can only afford under $25 a month, and I'm breaking that up on 4 easy payments, any size can get that 1/4 of an inch. If you want to be under $50 a month on Easy Pay for a piece that honestly 25 years from now you or someone in your family will be wearing, that too is going to be under $50 a month on Easy Pay. Shipped to you right away. Again, in the 5/8 of an inch width, we do not have an advance order for you. And when you're looking at this piece and you're buying it today, know that although all the sale prices are extraordinary, to get the sale price on this one had to be even better because this is our today's special value. So this is held to a higher standard. This is something, wait, hold on, microphone cord falling. There we go. This is something that, pretty much like someone who is in an office should be held to a higher standard. We hold this today's special value to a higher standard. So honestly, if this was just a piece in the show, you wouldn't be seeing $93 or $194 as the price tag. And then of course, if you can't go there all at once, we give you Easy Pay for this piece that has life and movement and excitement, a big box and tongue clasp with that figure 8 for safety that you asked for. Wow. First time we've seen an ultrafine bracelet as a value of the day. First time we've seen a Richo in like forever. So that's $23.25, $24, or $24.75 for your Easy Pay on the 1/4 of an inch, which both our models have been wearing. Being greedy, I wore both. And that's the 5/8 of an inch width is $46, $47.25, or $48.50. It's a wow. It's a treasure. And you guys have been loving some of the pieces that goes with it, including this necklace, which again, had to be made in the same way. Wow. That's the Stiletto Richo necklace. By the way, brought in just today for QVC. Nobody else has this design. It was done for you. That's $179 to $234. Our hoop earrings are J278857, $49.92. Now, we have this ring that you guys have loved. Hold on, let me get my rings off. I will tell you this is in 5 through 11. If I were you, I would go up a size. So if you wear a size 4, get the size 5. If you wear a size 6, get the size 7. Here, you can look at this while I try and get my rings off at the same time. That would be called multitasking. This is really cool because this is also made in Italy. It is also ultrafine silver. It is nice and wide. It actually is a 1/2 of an inch or 3/4. Wait, hold on. It is 1/2 of an inch, tall on your finger. So what you're going to want to do is honestly, I think, go up a size because it is taking up, as you can see, a lot of bold silver, and it's ultrafine silver on your finger. So by going up a size, I think that really makes great sense because you'll be able to wear it in so many different ways. Now this is really interesting because this was really difficult. This ring actually is cast out of silver because there's no way, unless it is a Richo all the way around, to kind of include the Richo process into the ring. So for $69.24, that's a sale price that goes up until midnight, we are bringing you this ring that actually perfectly mimics the look of our today's special value bracelet. I love seeing them, in that shot because you can see how perfect they go together. If you want this to be a 4-finger ring, I don't know if it's going to fit there. Oh yeah, or a middle finger ring, it's bold enough to do that too. So if we put our today's special value bracelet right next to it, you'll notice that they have the same diagonal pattern, they have the same diamond cutting, and then sort of brushed or satiny finish. But what happens is this ring is actually cast out of silver. So it's strong and it's sturdy and it's durable and it's wearable. It's going to feel honestly like a really great, bold, kind of domed band ring and it matches beautifully back to your today's special value, but all of it is going up at price at midnight tonight. So if you needed a size 9 or you needed size 11, we are now limited. And like I said, we don't see a lot of these. Okay, well then you can get it again in a couple months. Just do what we call an advance order. So if you're somebody that's really interested in shopping at QVC for this ring and you want it now, do it now, because when it sells out, we never know when we can get these pieces back in stock. It's interesting because, you know, we are celebrating 25th annual Big Bonanza Silver Day. And in years gone by, you would see a piece. I talked about it in my blog. Again, you can link through that through Jane Treacy Facebook, just QVC, click like, and then there's a link to my blog about Silver Day, and there's a link to the little tell a story and maybe win a bracelet sweepstakes that's going along. But anyway, we would see a piece of jewelry come along, and then it would be reordered, and maybe it would come back the next year and the year after that. Sometimes we had pieces that lasted 5, 6 years or more. That doesn't happen anymore. There are times when a piece of jewelry comes in for something like a Big Bonanza silver sale, and we are never able to reorder it. We got such a great low price, like from our designer. They said, okay, you can have it once, but please don't ask again. Yes, you may have a chocolate chip cookie, but only one. Don't ask again. $69.24 is our QVC price, and if you want 9 or 11, don't wait. It's very limited. Okay, our hot picks today have been on fire. That's why we call them hot. One has been the necklace that I'm wearing, which sold out in one of the choices and is now very limited in the 20-inch in the rose and the yellow. The other super popular piece, and we haven't even talked about it yet, but it's coming up in a couple minutes, is our polished San Marco bracelet. That is on 5 easy payments of $45.80 or $49.80, and in the history of QVC, here it is, the 25th annual Big Bonanza Silver Sale. Never seen a San Marco like that before. J158146. So welcome back to our Big Bonanza Silver Day, the 25th annual sale. I'm Jane Treacy. Everything in the show today until noon is on sale until midnight tonight. Everything online, including the 150 brand new, or 150 items, I should say, that are on QVC.com only, are on a sale price until midnight tonight. And we really are harkening back to some of the early days of QVC, which happens to be, that's okay, we just changed our spot, which happened to be the classics, like our today's special value in the Riccio design, like my hot pick braided necklace, which you've been loving. And don't forget, the earrings that I'm wearing are around $50, hello, and they're ultra fine too. But right now we're taking a look at something we had to put in the sale, and it's an ankle bracelet. Since the beginning of, well, not time, but since the beginning of silver sales on QVC, we have showed you beautiful ankle bracelets, especially on March 1st, because now is the time when we're starting to think about spring and summer, which is why my sister and I were back at the gym, right? Now is the time when we're starting to kind of break out our summery colors, which is why we have our big spring fashion event starting Sunday night, lasting all day Monday and all day Tuesday. And that is why we've always brought in a great ankle bracelet, and not any old ankle bracelet, a Vicenza silver bracelet. And you know, whether you wear your Birkenstocks or you're thinking about a new Clark's shoe. Can you say she's shopping with Jane on Monday? Also, check out Clark's at midnight, hint, hint, on Monday. I mean, there's just something that is so great about wearing an ankle bracelet. And this is adorable. We have 3 lengths, and honestly, depending on your wrist size, if you need this as a bracelet, you can do that too. So we have this in the 9-inch, we have it in the 10-inch, and we have it in the 11-inch. And this is one of those moments when I really needed to check out the what a couple times, because it's $25 for the 9-inch, $27 for the 10-inch, and $29 for the 11-inch. I like to wear a 10-inch ankle bracelet because for me, I just like the movement. I can wear a 9, but I like the extra 10. So I think if you are going to be buying this as a gift, this is a great Easter basket gift. This is a great gift for a younger lady. You know, I love the fact that the next generation of QVC shoppers, kids that grew up watching us with their moms, are now becoming QVC shoppers. I've heard from some of you on Facebook. I mean, look how great Jenna looks. This is such an awesome my first piece of silver from QVC. And if that young lady has said, no chocolate in my Easter basket, this is so cute. I love the fact that you get a little bit of a Moroccan feel to this, you know. Of course, it's made in Italy, but it's those wonderful little round discs that dangle down from this design that just make it so, so pretty. I also feel like it is just a light and delicate way for you to add interest to the awesome shoes that you're going to buy from QVC, whether you're in a sandal or a thong or a flip-flop, whether you're in a little pump, whether you're in a wedge slide. There's a lot of floral happening in shoes this year. There's a lot of interest on the feet, right? And so we used to actually do entire hours of ankle bracelets and toe rings and things like that, and they're hard to find. And when you find an ankle bracelet, it's usually maybe at a resort or at the beach, and honestly, it's rarely going to be done in sterling silver from Italy the way this is. So $25 for the 9-inch, $27 for the 10-inch, $29 for the 11-inch, brand new today, and it really was another like new version of a classic, just like our today's special value, to celebrate 25 years of love and silver, whether this is your first or your 25th or your 125th item. I won't tell. So this was up at midnight last night with Rick when he kicked off the today's special value, these gorgeous bangles. It's all about the wrist. That's why the today's special value is here, and these bangles were enormously popular. J279016, sterling set of 7 polished and textured slip-on bangles, $66 to $74. 100 of you have already picked up these rings. They're spectacular. Blue, red, green, or those gorgeous yellow diamonds. They are a 1 carat guaranteed total weight. Whoa. And that's 5 easy payments of $49.99. No wonder 100 of you have already picked this up. That's amazing. Well, you know what? Every once in a while you get a title at QVC, and I think that David Markstein, our buyer, would absolutely say Jane is the queen of San Marcos. I sold a gold San Marco years ago. I actually bought it. It's probably 18, 19, 20 years old. I still wear it to this day. Fell in love with San Marcos then, have loved them to this very day. And I will tell you that I know we are celebrating 25 years of our Big Bonanza Silver Sale on QVC, all on sale till midnight tonight. Most of it beautiful and new like this. But we have never, ever had a moment before in the world of silver that we're going to have right now. And 200 of you know that. You've already picked this up. And once again, John, I'm looking ahead. Advance orders on this one, not seeing it. So what we have is what we're going to have on this stunning Italian San Marco bracelet. Of course, named after that famed square in Venice, named after the bridges that go over the canals that many people feel are a symbol of bridging, you know, the gap between the generation, between the ages, between, you know, the sexes. It doesn't matter. This is a bridging. This is a bringing together. This is a beautiful design, and I absolutely love it. And I'm so excited, like I said earlier, that we didn't, as we used to say in the business, dumb it down. We didn't say, okay, we're going to do a San Marco, but we're going to make it smaller. When we would go to the Italian jewelry shows years ago, we would see these gorgeous, bold San Marcos, and we would be like, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful, but you know, we can't do that on QVC. Why? I don't know. So what we've done is in the 7 1/4 or the 8-inch, we have brought you the boldest San Marco that literally we've ever seen. And when you measure this, not only is it 1/2 of an inch, but I'm going to turn it this way, which is kind of weird, right to our camera. So if we just kind of tilt up a little bit, there we go. I just want to show you that also, look at that. It is 1/4 of an inch high. So it's the width and then it's the height and it's the dimension of the San Marco that is all over Italy. All all over Italy. It's at the Vicenza Jewelry Fair. It's in the shops in Rome. It's in the shops in Milan. We just never did it. We've never, ever, ever done a gauge like this before. Like David, our buyer, said, this is the boldest San Marco he has ever brought into QVC, and he's here nearly 20 years. Never before. But the San Marco has truly endured the test of time. When you have a San Marco bracelet, you have one of the true classics that you can invest in today and like wear forever. This is going to blow away any other San Marco you've ever seen or worn. And I love the fact that we've kept it smooth. It is smooth, it is elegant, it is timeless, it is gorgeous, and here's your choices. In the 7 1/4 inch, it is 36.1 grams of sterling silver. I am telling you, I have not said gram weights like this in maybe the last 10 years. This is fun. And if you're getting the 8 inch, that is 37.9 grams. I am very comfortable in the 7 1/4 inch, even on a smaller wrist. What I also did is I put the watch in front of it, so it would sit a little higher on my wrist. You can still pick up Robert Elizondo's watch. That was one of my picks of the show that either is super limited in the green or almost gone. So again, keep that in mind. But I love the two of them together because they have such a classic, elegant look. Katia's paired it next to the Today's Special Value, and it looks fantastic. So you have your choice of size, but you also have your choice of, you know, when we say color, here's what we mean. And oh, what a pretty shot how that just morphs from one to the other. If you're getting the silver, that is a high polished, elegant Italian sterling that I've been wearing next to my pick of the show, one of my two picks of the show, the beautiful Treacy watch. Silver is actually the most popular in both lengths. So if you want a wrist that looks like $1 million, but on EasyPay didn't cost $1 million, there's Robert's watch. I'm wearing it in the black with the black spinel next to that beautiful hot pick San Marco. Wow. Never have I seen on air a gauge like this, only in the finest vendors really at the Vicenza Jewelry Fair. But if you say, okay, I love this, but you know what I like about Silver Day is I can not just get the white metal, I can get the yellow and the rose. So what we've done in Italy is taken that same heavy, bold San Marco and then plated it with the yellow gold and plated it with the rose gold. Sometimes people start charging you more for that. That's not happening here. And look at this. I mean, at its heart, it actually is a stampato style. But like David said, this is a stampato style that has endured the test of time. Look at underneath. Every single one of these tubes are capped so that it's comfortable against your wrist. They are linked together. You can see now, imagine that bridge. Imagine the gondolas going by. Imagine the best Italian food that's going to be served at the restaurant. Imagine sitting in the square of San Marco in front of that gorgeous cathedral, having a little cappuccino as the, you know, pigeons fly up to the heavens. This is actually the most evocative, I think, of all of the Italian bracelets. Like if you're going to get one Italian bracelet, wow, that's hard. Okay, Riccio and San Marco. Thanks to EasyPay, you can get both. But there is a romance and a beauty and an elegance to a San Marco that honestly, I just feel no other bracelet has. Like, you know, I don't think of other bracelets and I can visually conjure up that beautiful square in San Marco in Venice. Okay, so in the silver that I'm wearing, the 7 1/4, we started with 300. We have 100 remaining. No advance order. Lots of you are on the phone lines. This is it. I mean, this is a sale price that goes up at midnight. The Easy Pay is also going to be gone at midnight. So right now it's $45.80 and $49.80. You might say, well, maybe it'll be a little higher, but you know, I'm still going to get my Easy Pay past midnight. No, price goes up, Easy Pay gone past midnight. This is fantastic. This is just such an exciting moment to say that you and I have loved silver on the air for all these years, and this is the first time we've ever done anything like this. Mary's on the line. Hello, Mary. Welcome to our big Bonanza Silver Day. 25 years of loving silver together.
Hi, Jane. My name is Mary Kay.
Hi, Mary Kay. I'm sorry. How are you, love?
And I send greetings from the coast of South Texas.
Oh, that sounds like a beautiful place to be sending greetings from, Mary Kay.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous here today.
So did you do the yellow rose of Texas for you or one of the other colors?
I did the yellow clad.
Mm-hmm. Because you're a yellow rose of Texas, aren't you, Mary Kay?
Yes, I am.
So now, sweetie, how long have you been shopping for silver on QVC?
Well, actually not very long.
Okay.
I saw QVC many times as I was going through my television stations and just never stopped. And I was ill 2 years ago and was in bed for some time and got started watching QVC, and now I'm hooked.
Oh my gosh. Well, I can hear from your voice you're feeling well and happy to be here today. And I just want to know, you know, there's a lot of pretty jewelry today. What was it about this piece of jewelry that made you say, okay, that's Mary Kay's right there?
Well, I like chunky pieces, large pieces. You know, small things do not appeal to me, or small jewelry doesn't appeal to me, but I'm not built for small jewelry. And you know what they say about Texas?
Go big or go home. Honey, the bigger the better, right? Well,
correct.
Even though you've been shopping with us for 2 years, and I go back over 26 years here, there has never, ever been a San Marco in this gauge, in this stature. So, Mary, you tuned in at just the right time.
Well, I'm so glad that I did, and I'm so glad that I found it.
And we're glad you're with us.
Jane.
Oh, it's great talking to you too, Mary Kay. You stay well, and thanks so much for joining us.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thanks, honey. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow. Okay, so here's where we need to go quick like a bunny with Easter right around the corner. In the 7 1/4, which I'm wearing, we had 600 altogether in all colors. Silver has 4 dozen left, yellow has 4 dozen left, and just a little bit more than that in the rose. In the 8-inch, we started to nearly 400, again, no advance order. The rose and the yellow, 4 dozen each, and just a little bit more than that in the silver. Honestly, I can't ever say, oh, this is like something we did X amount of years ago. First of all, we haven't even seen San Marcos in all of that frequency. I mean, it's an expensive bracelet to do. And I honestly think that if you went to Italy and you said, okay, I'm going to buy one bracelet and bring it home, and you remembered your time in Venice, and you loved your time in Florence, and you were just amazed about all the Italian designers, what I would tell you is get a San Marco. But you would not be finding it at the sale price. Look at the retail value. If you could find this bracelet, oh my gosh, go out and try and find a San Marco bracelet of this gauge. I was at one of the biggest malls in America yesterday. I looked at a lot of jewelry. I didn't buy a thing, of course, but I looked at a lot of jewelry because I was doing kind of my, you know, sleuthing homework for you this morning. Nothing out there like it. Maybe you could have it commissioned. Maybe there would be a design house on Fifth Avenue that would carry something like this, but certainly not this gram weight, which is 37.9 for the 8-inch, 36.1 for the 7 1/4 inch, and certainly not at the sale price of $229 and $249. And even better, if like Mary Kay, 2 years ago she found us, if you found us today for the first time ever, and you like Mary Kay, say go big or go home, baby. The bigger, the bolder, the better. This bracelet is on Easy Pay, which means you don't have to belong here. We are not a club. You don't have to be a member. You just have to love to shop and really enjoy gorgeous jewelry. And what we do is we ship this out to you right away, and you have 5 months to pay for it. So instead of seeing $229 on your credit card, it'll be $45.80. Just spectacular. I love it with the Ecclesi watch, which was my pick of the show. I think they look fabulous together. But I have an update for you. In the 7 1/4, the silver has completely sold out. We have a dozen left in the yellow, and we have about 5 dozen in the rose. Wow. So sorry about that for the 7-inch lovers. The silver's gone. In the 8-inch, rose and silver have 3 dozen left. Yellow have 1 dozen remaining. The only thing I can say to you in the 7 1/4 inch is if you wanted a bold, beautiful Italian to hang out with, not a bad thought on a Friday morning. Here you could go back to the today's special value in the 5/8 of an inch, because that still is available in your size, and that would work beautifully. But you know, we're dwindling here, and I'm not surprised. We waited. Like Sleeping Beauty, she waited 100 years to get that extra kiss so she could wake up, right? We waited not 25, but honestly over 26 years to see a piece of jewelry like this. And it's so funny, when you go to the Italian jewelry shows, they have these same color like this, navy royal blue velvet rolls, and they unroll it across the table. And you sit there and you look at this, and you know, I haven't done it in years, but I would think of what you guys at home were wondering, asking for those days via mail, no email, no blogs, no Facebook. Yes, it was the dark ages. And you would pick up something, and I remember picking up San Marcos like this and having our buyers say, you know, we just can't do that. Like, why? why? Now we finally said, yes, we can. We're bringing in something bold and exciting. And I remember the day David Markstein showed this to me, and I pretty much did a backflip, even though I can't do gymnastics, and said, yes, let's do it. Let's finally bring the best of the best, the boldest, the prettiest. Unfortunately, we are now super limited in everything that we have left. So in 7 1/4, we only have the rose choice left, only 4 dozen. In the 8-inch, rose and silver only. Wow, so stay on the line. And coming up next, I call it my breath of spring. So I have 2 picks in the show. One are the earrings that I'm wearing that we haven't seen yet that are like around the $50 range. The other is this glorious watch from Robert Elizondo, the only Ecclesi watch on the day. We have dozens left in the green. We started with 300 for the day in the green, and we have 2 dozen left. And they have those beautiful gems on it. So the green has chrome dioxide, the black is black spinel, and the blue has London blue topaz. Here are the earrings that I'm wearing, which I asked our buyers to bring in 2 sizes. I'll show you a close-up of that when we come back. One was really big and exciting and bold and easy to wear because it's lightweight. But I said, okay, but my girls that aren't into big, huge earrings might not love them. So could we do a second size? And God bless Christy, our silver buyer. She said yes.